Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and some of you in between people. The long awaited, I know you've all been waiting for this. It is well overdue, and I have no idea how this slipped under my radar for so effing long. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Brotato. Oh, did I say that wrong? Brotato? Hey, you say Brotato, I say Brotato. Okay, Brotato. Oh, you thought I was going to go into music there. Nope, I'm not. I'm just going to talk about this game. So, here's the deal. The old game. If you're watching this right now, as in when it premiered, when it came up, within a couple days or hours, I don't know. I got it on PlayStation sale, $3.70 something cents. And I thought I already owned it. I was watching another YouTuber that I enjoy watching, and he was playing this game, and I was like, that looks really fun. I don't know why I never played it. Thought I had it, thought it was part of the old PlayStation free games at some point. I don't know. I know I was aware of it, but not aware of it. I was aware adjacent of it. And saying less, I hopped right up in that bitch and got to work. So, top down, check. Shooter, check. Lots of options and loot and stats, check. Very minimal effort, big old check mark there, let me tell you. So basically, this game all but plays itself, which sometimes that's boring. And also, side note, you can turn that off and manually aim like a twin stick shooter. However, I'm really pleased with the way it feels. You're just using one stick, one thumb. Everything else is being done for you. You just got to avoid enemies and pick up loot and build yourself a kit, setup, whatever you want to call it, a build that suits your play style. Initially starting off, you have a 6 weapon slot system. You can have up to 6 weapons at a time. There are a huge variety of those weapons, and the weapon system is one of those stacking matching systems. So 2 items of the same level can be two of the same items of the same level can be mashed together into one item of the next level up. So that's a huge, like, if you know type thing, but like just giving you things to do and work towards and build up. And when you're getting lots of like doubles of something, you can mash them together to improve what you've already got. It makes for some really fun gameplay, some really interesting builds. And then speaking of the interesting builds, as you play and as you get further along and do more, you do unlock more starting characters. I guess they're Brotatos. I guess they're potatoes. Mutated potatoes is what I heard. So you unlock more Brotatos to choose from in the beginning, and they all have different starting effects and different, benefits and pros and cons and focuses. Right now, I believe I'm just using the very first character that they give you, which is like a well-balanced. Well, they give you a few, but it's the well-balanced one, the first one on the list. Figure that's a good way to start. However, I have been trying to make this insane build that I'm like, it relies on luck just as much as it relies on skill. So, but there is a lumberjack character, and I've been working in this build with a lumberjack that is just it gets to a point where it's insane. But if you don't get the right items and rolls and lucky things, then you struggle. But if you'd like to see that, I played live the other night, and it was during that I really focused on trying to build that up and get somewhere with it. I tried out a lot of different builds, but the lumberjack one is one that I'm really trying to to work out. You can definitely break this game with stats if you get lucky and stack things right and all of that. So this being my honest review, I would go ahead and say, first of all, top tier game, made on the Godot engine, an engine that is free, that I have myself, that I've dabbled in, and so it already gets points from me. I'm a little bit biased because it's a, indie game being made on an indie engine, and it's beautiful. It runs smooth. It's very simple, but it's full of charm. And again, I don't know how I missed it. I think what happened was the only thing that this game is lacking is co-op. I look for games like this for me and my wife. If me and my wife could be on screen, both with our setups going, both making crazy decisions, both, with different builds, this would be a dream game. So the only thing it's missing is co-op. And I think that is the only reason I never picked it up before, is because I typically play games like this with my wife, or I at least try to, because we both like this kind of gameplay. So I think I kept skipping over it because it was solo, and I was always looking at it when I was trying to find a new game for me and the wife to play that is like this. Or I should say, she doesn't know she likes it, but the Vampire Survivors, I guess you call it Survivors because every clone of it always calls itself something Survivors, but it's that Survivors style, bullet hell, constant evolution, more difficulty, ramping up. This game has an endless mode, obviously, which I have not touched yet because I figure I should get through some of the actual. I can't even beat the game. I've made it to Wave 20, which I believe is the, like, if you beat Wave 20, you win deal, and you unlock the next difficulty. So I believe I have made it to 20, but the boss killed me. Yeah, I got killed by the boss because he had like a bunch of flaming balls going around him, and well, if you know me, I just can't avoid putting flaming balls in my face. So I have work to do, but it's a real fun game. It's going to be part of my streams to sleep to series, which basically, on the nights that I can't sleep and I don't want to sit and waste my time watching YouTube and everybody else in my house is asleep, I'm going to turn on some sleepy time games and just live stream. No talking, just gameplay. You can turn it on, adjust the volume, go to sleep. But that's just a little personal note, a little other thing I'm doing, so you can check those out in the future. It'll be other types of games. This is going to be one of them. In fact, it's the first one I started with because it was just an easy game to play. Again, one thumb, one stick, navigate your character around, and then just make choices that build yourself up in the best way possible. And that is Brotato. I don't know, again, much more about, like, I didn't deep dive if there's DLC or any of that. It's obviously a popular game. It's been around for a while, and I got it for under $4 on PlayStation Network, which, come on. I spent $8 and got like 3 or 4 games on this PlayStation sale. They were all games meant for the sleepy time live stream sessions that I was just talking about, but you can't go wrong. I mean, $8, you get a handful of games, and if this is the best game out of all of it, then I am already okay with it. You know what I mean? And so my honest review of this game is, if you like a mindless, endless waves of shooting, but with a twist of strategy and enough variation in builds, weapons, and items and whatnot to keep you from getting too bored with one thing. No playthrough is ever the same in that technical sense of the term. Like, I play the same build and start off with the same weapons and try to build the same thing. But that's only if I'm lucky enough to get all the weapons and things that I'm looking for. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. You can play on the fly. You can play with a plan in mind. It doesn't really matter because it's a mix of luck and skill. But you don't need too much of either, because you can get items and things to improve your luck, which will help you. And on top of that, you're only using your thumb and a stick. How much skill could you possibly need? So do yourself a favor. If you don't know, get to knowing. And if you do know, you probably already play this game and you're like, yeah, man, we already know. And in that case, cool. I'm late to the party. I'm so sorry. In other news, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, do all those things. If you want to play Rust and be on the island with us, I have a private server. Go watch the Rust breaking news video on my Rust playlist and do what it says. And you could join us on the island. It's super chill. Even if you're not a Rust player, it's super chill for people who just want to play the game without having to deal with people. And with all that said, I've been Higgs Boson. You've been amazing. And as always, I love you. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.
Hey, your mom wants you to subscribe if you could, please.